know if you can listen to me, but the video is kind of slow because the program in my old computer, doesn't work too good, so it can be that faster as other ones. So I'm gonna make the possible for make it faster. I think the most important thing in this presentation, it could be the audio. So if you can hear me good, I think that's gonna be okay. Now I'm gonna talk about the neuro-linguistic programming. My name is Ramses Ernesto Nieves. I'm from the group 110 in other words. So let's start slowly. Okay, I'm going to talk about what it means, the neuro-linguistic programming. It's a pseudoscientific approach to communication, personal development, and psychotherapy created by Richard Bandler and his friend John Grinder in California, United States in the 1970s. The next definition, it's the NLP creators, as I said, Richard Bandler and John Grinder, claim there is a connection between neurological process, language, and behavioral patterns learned through the experience, and this can be changed to achieve some specific goals in life. What it means, the neuro-linguistic programming, it's a connection between the neurological things that we have in our brain, that they can be handled by ourselves and processed and can be changed for a better compromise, better process, things like that. Now let's change. This could be like images that represents how the mind, it can be like match with other points for you make any specific skills or other things. Let's make it kind of faster. Okay. Now I'm going to talk about the main components of the NLP. The first one, as we can see in the presentation, is the consciousness. Then it could be the subjectivity. And for the last one, it could be the learning. Those are the main components of the NLP. Now the first one, the consciousness, it talks about the predicated on the notion that consciousness is bifurcated into a conscious component and an unconscious component. Thus, subjective representations that occur outside of an individual awareness comprise what is referred to as an unconscious mind. The unconscious mind, it could be the mind that it's not understand it yet, but it could be understand it if we gave it the time, the precisions, topics to get into it. Now, the subjectivity, it's according to Bandler, he made that one, that refers that the experience the world experience subjectivity. Thus, we create subjective things or representations of our experience. These subjective representations of experience are constituted by terms of five senses and language or languages. That says that our subjective conscious experience is in terms of the traditional sense of vision, audition, tactition, olfaction, and gustation, such that when we, for example, raise our hands, rehearse an activity in our heads, recall an event, and or participate the future that we want to make. Furthermore, it is claimed that the subjective thing, the subjective representations of experience, have a discernible structure, a pattern. It is in this sense that NLP is sometimes defined as a study of the structure of the mind, and not that one from a neurological process. And for the last one, the learning talks about how we can learn, how we can use an NLP for learn different things that people that we think that special people can learn and others cannot learn. So that's how it works, the NLP with the learning, that it can be used for the people who cannot learn things than others, they can. So that's how it works in the school, in our school, or in other techniques for play some games or make things that others can't do. These are the uses that we give the NLP. As we use it as an alternative medicine, we can use it like for make the cure for things that we think they cannot be repaired by yourself or by literally medicine, that it could be more mentally things than artificial things. Now the psychotherapeutic, that when we go to a psycho for, I don't know, learn about ourselves, now things that we didn't know, but now we can. That's why we go for someone that studies that NLP basement for explain why ourselves make things that we make in the day that we live, I think. And the important one that it's about the work area where we work, how the NLP works like that. It could be by the success, as we see in the images. It could be by the success, the goals as a teamwork, the skills in a teamwork, or doing it by ourselves, or the vision that we have in the company. Now, other skills that we represent in a company, it's the way that the way how we do the things. That that's an important thing, because if you don't have a vision of the company of how can you work, or how can you make more comfortable in the company, it couldn't work as you imagine, I think. Other training skills is the development, the learning, the workshop, the coaching, the knowledge, and the teaching. The ability for teach to someone else the things that we learn through the experience. And my assessment, it could be that the NLP, it's a very important thing that we have to learn. It's not a topic that we see in our schedule in the school, because it's not like a important thing in the schools, but actually it's a really important thing, because too many people, it can be controlled, or they could get some skills by that NLP activities. I think that's my assessment, why it's important, and why it's important as an engineer, because an engineer has to work, or has to have the ability for work with other partners in the work, in the company, as a vision with others, not always alone. I think that's all. In my last presentation that I already made, I make it a kind of longer, because I take like 12 minutes, but this one, it's like a kind of hurry up by the time, and because I'm arriving from the work, so I hope it could be good. Thank you, teacher.